Hello again. Well, today I'm in the heart of the Lincolnshire Wolds. It's nearly Halloween, so it's a perfect time to talk about ancient rural superstition regarding witchcraft.
Now, as I walk through this copse and I see gnarled, twisted branches shedding the last of their summer leaves, I'm reminded of the old superstition of how spirits were attracted to certain trees. For example, in the year 1606, in the hamlet of Brampton near Lincoln, it was said, and I quote,
"An ash tree shaketh in body and bough, did sigh and groan like a man in torment. Many have climbed to the top, who heard the groan more easily than they could below." At length, the Earl of Lincoln had one of the arms of the ash lopped off, and a hole bored through the trunk. This caused the hollow voice from within to be heard more audibly than before, but in a kind of speech that nobody could understand.
According to superstition, the ash tree had magical properties. It was said that witches made brooms from the ash, and its bark was used in spells to perform healing magic. It was also believed that passing an ill child through the split trunk of an ash tree would heal them. The split in the tree was then bound and sealed with clay. As the trunk healed, so did the sick child. Indeed, the ash tree does have medical properties. Its bark has been used to treat various ailments, including rheumatism and malaria. So convinced were our ancestors of the evils of witchcraft and the powers of the evil eye, that they took great measures to counteract it. It was common practice, particularly in rural communities, to conceal lucky charms in newly constructed houses. When over the years many of these buildings were demolished or modernized, it was not unusual to find objects such as shoes, pins, tobacco pipes, hidden in chimney stacks and wall cavities, put there for the purpose of protecting the house and its occupants from witchcraft and all manner of evil spirits. A more familiar version of this superstition is the nailing of horseshoes on the inside and outside of houses, as it was believed that the devil would be repelled by the touch of cold iron. As recently as January 2019, an unusual collection of lucky charms were found during the renovation of an old barn near Borough-le-Marsh near Skegness. 2 chess pieces dating from the 1850s were found in the beam over the main access point of the barn. It was thought that the chess pieces, comprising of a praying bishop and a queen, were chosen because of their spiritual power to ward off evil. A popular form of protective magic in the 17th and 18th centuries was the witch bottle, a pot-bellied bottle that variously contained a mixture of urine, herbs, pins and human hair. The bottle was hidden in chimney stacks and inside walls as a form of counter-magic against the malign powers of witchcraft. Folklorist Ethel H. Rudkin, in her book Lincolnshire Folklore, cites a variant of the superstition. She writes, "If you are bewitched, take a lock of hair from low down on the nape of your neck. Take another lock from your body and bury these with needles and pins. If you think that anyone who is ailing is in reality bewitched, then fill a bottle with the sufferer's urine and put needles and pins in it and bury it. This will fairly tie the witch up, for she won't be able to pass water naturally until that bottle is broken." Many examples of witch bottles have been found during the renovations of buildings over the years. The most recent discovery in the county occurred in 1999, when a woman from Naveby, near Lincoln, digging a pond in her garden, unearthed an unusual-looking green bottle. Experts concluded that the bottle dates to the 1830s, and it contained human hair, corroded iron pins, bronze objects, and a single strip of leather. Perhaps the most grotesque of these lucky charms are the remarkable number of mummified cats found immured in the walls or attic spaces of many old buildings throughout the British Isles. There are examples of mummified mice being found with the cats. in order to bring protection to the house against rats and other vermin. The custom possibly derives from the church grim, the guardian spirit of British and Scandinavian folklore. When a new churchyard was opened, an animal was sacrificed and buried in the north part of the graveyard. It was believed that its spirit would protect the church from witches and even the devil himself. In England, the church grim normally takes the form of a huge, fearsome black dog, but it can also take the form of other animals. This mid-18th century cottage is one of only 20 surviving cottages of its kind in Lincolnshire. Its walls are made from mud and stud, a mixture of mud and straw, and when the cottage was being renovated in 1992, a mummified cat was found in the rotted straw above the doorway.
And in the attic room of this cottage is a bizarre relic of those superstitious times.
The mummified cat is still here, and as far as I'm aware, it's the only surviving example to be found in Lincolnshire.
And we're going inside and we're going to find it.
The cat was found here, above the door, the entrance to the house, a good place to ward off evil spirits. The mummified cat is now in an attic room. Now, I knew beforehand that the lighting isn't good up there and it'll be too dingy for the camera, so I brought a torch. So here it is, still protecting the house, and in turn now protected by a glass case. As I mentioned, it was found in the original mud and straw, so it's as old as the house, so that's at least 300 years. Now I am sure that many similar examples have been found over the years and have simply been thrown away. So this, as far as I'm aware, is the only surviving example of a mummified cat in the county of Lincolnshire. Unless, of course, you know different, then if so, please let me know in the comments. Well, that was my look into some of the old rural superstitions regarding witchcraft. As usual, thanks for joining me. Happy Halloween, take care, and I hope you'll join me again next time.